Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to the 6 o'clock live every day while I am launching. I'm going to be on at 6 o'clock, answer your questions, talk about things, whatever you need that will help you engage more with Pose to Practice, because it is a beautiful program that's taken me a couple of years to complete, and I know that it will benefit every single mom who joins it. So one of the questions that I had today was, what is a mantra? And so I wanted to start out with that question. And a mantra is a slogan repeated constantly, and it also uplifts you. So many times you might see me putting one hand on my stomach, one hand in the chest, and saying, I am here. So that's a good slogan. I am strong. I am worthy. I can do this. Things that are going to uplift you and make you feel good, because sometimes as a mom, we feel drained and we feel tired and we don't know what to do at that moment. And if you can't breathe, because stuff is going around and you can't take that breath, have that moment, just having that mantra in your head, or if your mind wanders or you feel like you're not present, saying something like, I am here, I am worthy, I am strong, I can do this, can bring you back into the present moment and really help you focus on what you're truly doing. So that's what a mantra is. And in yoga, the way I use it is, before I start, I think of something that is going to help me with the practice, that is going to enhance me, and that is going to help me get through my day. Or in the morning when I do my affirmations, I look at myself in the mirror and I say positive words and positive mantras to get me going, because sometimes our responsibilities and so much that we have in life just drags us down, and we don't realize that we need to open our hearts to ourselves, because we are doing the best that we can. So that is one question somebody asked. I'm going to go through two questions today. So while I'm talking, if you want to answer questions, go ahead and answer questions. So the second question is the process. What is this whole process? What about Pose and Practice? So what I'm going to show you here, I have this board here, and we're going to talk about the process. So the process that we have is yoga step by step. Okay? Because the thing that we tend to do is we tend to go from step number 5 to step number 10. Step number 1. Yeah. And that is totally wrong. Because what happens is that we start at step number 5 and we think that we can go into a hot yoga, or we think that we know the poses, or we step into a regular yoga class and we fail. We totally fail. And then we become angry, we make excuses because we don't know what's going on. But obviously, if you're going to go into a class that you're not ready for, you're going to make excuses, you're not going to like yoga, you're going to hate it. Just like if somebody gives you a Harry Potter book and you're 5 years old and you haven't learned your ABCs, you're going to cry and be like, I can't read this, I don't like to read. And then that might actually distort your thought, and you might become one of those kids who don't like to read anymore because you had a terrible experience. Same with riding a bike, same with playing a game, same with the first day of school. Whenever we go too high than our level, then we sometimes, if we fail, we feel bad and we take it inward, and then we stop doing and we stop growing and we stop learning. So in Pose to Practice, we have two routes, right? This route where you can go from 1 to 10. Can you see that? Yeah, 1 to 10 at your own pace. And then we have this route, which you can go from 1 to 10 with extra support. Whichever route you take, whether you take route number A or number B, the same results will happen. Number 1, you'll be self-paced. You can start it in February, or you can start it in March or April. It doesn't matter when you start route A, because you will get the results you will get from 1 to 10 with this no matter what, because you're at your own pace and you're taking it at your own time. Route B, from 1 to 10, you'll have the extra support, because you'll have the Facebook invite, you'll have the live Q&A, you will have extra support from me, And both of these together, they have the bonuses. And you'll be able to move forward in your process in a very, very smooth way. So what happens is, the process to each of this are that there are 8 modules, right? So it's 8 modules, and you can start and finish. Like a lot of people say, I don't have time. Well, you can have time, because in each module, there's 6 lessons. And literally each lesson is 2 to 5 minutes. So when people say they don't have time, you can do the first lesson every day for 5 minutes, or you can do the first 6 lessons every day for 30 minutes, or do one lesson Monday for 5 minutes or less, or lesson 2, 5 minutes or less. So you can keep on doing these lessons, and they're very short. So you can take as much time as you want, and they're very short because moms are so busy. We don't have time, but you want to learn the basics, right? Because I have so many moms, like I say over and over, they go to hot yoga, they go to regular yoga, or even if they go to gentle, and it's like sun salutations, cat, dog, pigeon, child's pose, and you're like, what is this? I don't know what's going on. And then you want to, take the yoga, but then you get discouraged and you don't know. So this is so easy, because in the 6 lessons, like for the first module, you'll have, the first lesson will be cat-cow, how to do that. And I have a model there, and I show you how to do the hands and the feet. Then the second lesson will be child's pose. And then the third one may be sun salutations. And then the next one might be half moon. See, these are all names that maybe you don't know. And then you'll have 5, and then you'll have 6, right? And that's 6 lessons. And on the 7th lesson, we will show you how to just put these 6 together in the 7th lesson, which is amazing, because then you've learned all of these and you put them together. Just like when you learn C-A-T, here you put it together like cat. And each module will have a theme, right? So if you decide to go the Facebook way, we'll talk about that theme. And those themes might be judgment, boundaries, letting go of ego, all of that. So each of these poses will coordinate to that week. So this week might be judgment. Next week might be boundaries. So you have a support system if you do B. If you do A, it's just self-paced on your own, however you want to do it. And you can start it and stop at any time. And it is lifetime, which is amazing, because every time I add new bonuses, every time I add new stuff, it'll go into your area. So once you finish that, then this is all going to be modules 1 through 6. Once you get to module 7, you will have a 30-minute video of how to put everything together. And module 8 will be a 45-minute video. So you'll have 2 practices that you can take along wherever you want with you. And you can do them whenever you want, and you will also be able to do yoga as good as your neighbor. You'll be able to go into any studio, and it will just be the best thing to be able to know the poses and be prepared, which means your self-confidence will be lifted, because you can go anywhere and you'll know the poses. You won't have any judgment, because so many of us have judgment that somebody can touch their toes, somebody can touch their hands, but it's okay, because yoga is an individual practice. If I cannot touch my toes, but somebody else can, good for them, good for me. You have to do what your body allows you. And the best part is that we also, in all of these modules, have a meditation. So it is an audio meditation that will 8 audio meditations, and they will go with a different theme. And it's audio, so you can listen to in your car, you can listen in your home, you can listen in the morning for your morning routine. So you have these meditations. So actually what happens after the course is that you learn to sit still and be calm, so your mind can just be. You know the practices so that you can enhance your life. You can have more focus. You can have more clarity. You can create space for yourself rather than harboring everything else. When you learn how to breathe, when you learn the poses, when you learn the upliftingness of it, it is just, it changes your world. I've done it, and that's why I'm trying to create this course and teach you to do it, because once you finish it, you'll know the poses, you'll feel happier, you'll feel more like you can do something and you have confidence, because so many times our mind is all over the place. And once we do yoga and once we breathe and take time for ourselves, we can totally focus and go on the right track rather than overthinking and have this chaos in us, because we want to have calm, we want a new. And yoga does so much for our bodies. It helps us get rid of all the negative stuff. It helps us create space in our body. It helps us think clearly. It helps we can be there for other people as well, and for ourselves, because you know that if you don't do self-care, you're not full. You're empty. Right? The more you get empty, the less self-care you do, the more you're going to feel resentful, the more you're going to feel tired, the more everything is going to feel like a chore. And when you join Pose to Practice, it is step by step. And like I said, you can go route A, your own pace, nobody has to bug you, whatever. And you can buy it in February and use it in July, use it in August. It is lifetime. And I say buy it in February because we've only got literally, I think, 9 days left. After 9 days, it closes till the end of summer and nobody can get in. So it is very important to think about, or actually get it now. And if you say, I don't have time, I'm going on vacation, spring is coming, kids are coming, I'm busy, I've got so much on my plate, this is the time to buy it, so that when you do have that time, you can start it up. And or maybe even 5 minutes a day, this is your self-care, because we always say we don't have time, but each lesson can be your self-care lesson. The meditation can be your self-care when you're sitting at home, or you have your headphones on, or you're driving in the car. It can be a calming effect. So wherever you do, whatever lesson you do, you have time, and it's going to affect you in so many different ways. And that's what I want, because before I was like, I was gaining weight. I was not happy on the inside, but outside I was, smiling and doing everything. But then when I sat down by myself and I was alone, I felt very lonely. I didn't feel full. And once I started taking yoga and I started breathing and moving and really seeing how I was present, because when you're standing in the poses, you have to be present to do your poses. You have to be there and know how your hands are, know how your feet are, and feel your body. When you take a deep breath and you feel that breath coming all the way up your body and then coming down, you know that you are something and that you are worthy. And that stillness and that quietness is so good to focus on and have clarity and be there. And it's so good to help you live longer. It's so good for your face. It's so good for your body. And have you noticed those people who you meet and you talk with and you're just like, I want to be like them. They're so calm. It's because they're doing something. Because the problem is we think we can get from 1 to 10 so easily, right? And we see those people who are calm, have the great bodies, looking so good. And we say, okay, I want to be like them. What do? And they say, oh, I put this cream on. So we go and buy the cream. Or they say, we work out 5 days a week. So we start 1 week at 5 days a week and then we stop. Because we're inconsistent, because putting on that cream after a week is too much of a problem. Or going 5 days a week to the gym is too much work. Instead, we should say, okay, I want to have that body. I want to do her. I want to be like her. Let's start off 1 day a week for 4 weeks, and then to add on 2 days a week. What we do is we jump and we become inconsistent. And that's why I started this program, because it's going to give you step by step at your own pace. And I get it. I'm a mom. I've been through it all. I get it. I get that life gets in the way and you don't have time. You might be taking care of elderly kids, grandkids. You might have stuff that's going on, because we always have stuff that's going on. The thing is to get the program so when you do have that free space, you're not regretting it, because we don't want any regrets. And the thing that we do now is we say later, I'll get this course later. I'll listen to Uzma later. I don't have time right now. And then later never comes. And then 2 years from now, you'll say, I wish I had started. I wish I had gotten it. And it'll just be this whole big thing of I wish, because that's all we do is we wish, and we go for that carrot. So I'm going to put the link, and tonight, I'm telling you, there's 9 more days. It's going to be done with. The course is not going to be online until the end of summer, if I even do that, because I haven't decided the next time I'm launching, because each launch is so big and so important and so valuable that I want to give you the best value. And the third question that somebody asked was, why is it the pricing that it is? Once again, I've answered this before, and it's because I give you value. Look at what I give you. I give you all of this. You can go ahead, be my guest, and sign up for a course that's $25. That just you play a video, and they say, here you go. Right? And then what do you learn? You still don't know the poses. You still don't have support. You don't have all the delicious bonuses that I'm giving. Like one of the bonuses, 12 months of yoga, which is amazing for enhancing this yoga as well, because what will happen is you'll get an ebook which has 12 months of yoga, and each month has a sequence of 12 to get you practice. So it'll enhance your beginning, your middle, and your end. And if you join the VIP, you get a discount to the 2020 retreat I'm having. That retreat is going to be amazing because it is going to have massages, it's going to have mud baths, it's going to have journal writing, it's going to have yoga retreats. And those of you who want to join it, just send me an email and I'll send you the information. It is going to be awesome to go on this yoga retreat as well. So I'm going to put the link, and I hope tonight that you sign up because there's not many spaces, not much time. And I know that once you take this, you will be like telling your friends, telling everybody, because it's so amazing. So I hope this process kind of helped. And if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6.